Joy-Anna Duggar doesn't really see her siblings. Counting on alum, Joy-Anna Duggar Forsyth is back with a new podcast video with her sister Duggar. The two have been making content together. One of the topics they talked about was Joy-Anna's decision to step away from the IBLP's teachings. Joy-Anna has also opened up about why she doesn't want to walk in her mother's path when it comes to raising more kids. But what caught the attention of many was Joy-Anna's statements about not seeing her siblings. Keep reading to see why. Counting on Joy-Anna Duggar temporarily living in California. Joy-Anna is temporarily living in California after selling her Arkansas home. According to reports, the Counting on alum sold her property for $381,000 on March 18. It was also the second time the home was listed, creating speculations that Joy-Anna and Austin had doubts about letting it go. It's unclear where Joy-Anna and her family will live next, but she previously revealed that her husband is not interested in living in California. Joy-Anna doesn't really see her siblings. Joy-Anna Duggar Forsyth recently had an interview where she opened up about why she doesn't see many of her siblings. According to the Counting on alum, it's hard to keep in touch with them, adding that she usually had 35 minutes of interaction with everybody who lives in Arkansas. Joy-Anna went on to say that having one sibling over a week would take her 19 weeks to get through everyone. She also revealed that her relationships with her siblings are not equal and that only a few of them are very close to her. She continued, "Whether it's we go to church together, we'll see them or whatever. And then some of us I'm just really close to a couple of the sister-in-law." Joy-Anna revealed that she's much closer with those whom she works out with. But despite the struggles, she admitted that they all have good expectations from everybody. Counting on Joy-Anna Duggar throws shade at mother. Some fans were also surprised by Joy-Anna's social media cue and regarding her plans to have more kids. According to the Counting on alum, she's interested in having more children with Austin, but not to a point like her mom, Michelle. She said, "No, not 19. I want to be able to effectively and intentionally raise my kids for Jesus, so whatever number that is for us." Oh, that was definitely a slam against Meech. Since Joy is close to Duggar, I think she's following in her footsteps of breaking away from the cult of Duggar. Joy better throw that shade, and Jim, Bob, and Michelle. She may have horrible beliefs, but I believe she is more hip to the dysfunction in her childhood, maybe even more than Jill. I hope this means a better quality of life and care for her children. Many fans think it was a dig at Joy-Anna Duggar Forsyth's mother, especially at how they were raised. Michelle did a buddy system while she was still taking care of her 19 kids. It was a system in which the older kids had to care for a specific younger sibling. Joy-Anna Duggar Forsyth, one of the middle children in the sprawling Duggar family, has spent her entire life in the public eye. From the early days of 19 kids and counting to its successor, Counting on, the world has watched her grow from a lively, adventurous tomboy into a wife and mother of 3. But as the Duggar siblings have grown older, spread out, and faced significant family challenges, fans and followers have started to notice something. Joy-Anna doesn't seem to spend much time with her siblings anymore. A childhood of togetherness. Growing up in the Duggar household meant a near-constant presence of siblings. The family's conservative homeschooling and unique family structure meant that Joy-Anna's social circle was largely composed of her brothers and sisters. The Duggar children were often paired into buddy groups, with older siblings taking responsibility for younger ones. Joy-Anna, born 9th in the lineup, had plenty of close relationships within the family, particularly with her older sisters Jana, Jill, Jessa, and Duggar. Her tomboyish nature and love for adventure also made her close to her older brothers, especially John David and Joseph. Fans fondly recall episodes where she would roughhouse, explore, and engage in traditionally boyish activities, often joining in projects that her brothers took on. In those early years, Joy-Anna was inseparable from her family. The shift in sibling dynamics. As the Duggar children reached adulthood, many of them left the family home to marry and start their own families. Jill Duggar was the first to break away significantly, making headlines with her estrangement from her parents and distance from some siblings. Duggar followed suit, moving to California with her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, and embracing a less fundamentalist lifestyle. Meanwhile, Joyanna married Austin Forsyth in 2017 and settled into her own independent life. While she remained visibly close to Jessa and some of her brothers, fans noticed that she wasn't seen as frequently with Jill and Duggar. Even Jana, the eldest Duggar daughter who has yet to marry, didn't appear in Joyanna's social media posts as often as before. Joyanna's focus on her own family. One of the biggest reasons for this shift is likely that Joyanna, like many of her siblings, has simply become busy with her own life. She and Austin now have 3 children, Gideon, Evelyn, and Gunnar, and much of her social media presence revolves around her role as a mother. She documents her daily life through YouTube videos, sharing everything from home renovations to family outings, but notably, these moments rarely include her siblings. Unlike some of her sisters who remain vocal about family issues, such as Jill, who released a memoir detailing her strained relationship with their parents, Joyanna appears to prefer keeping family matters private. She occasionally shares throwback pictures or posts in support of her siblings, but her interactions with them seem significantly less frequent than in earlier years. Distance and diverging beliefs. Another potential reason for the noticeable separation is the growing ideological divide between some of the Duggar siblings. While Joyanna remains aligned with her parents' conservative Christian beliefs, other siblings, such as Jill and Duggar, have publicly distanced themselves from the stricter elements of their upbringing. Jill's memoir, Counting the Cost, detailed conflicts with their parents, particularly Jim Bob Duggar, and painted a picture of a family struggling to stay united. Joyanna, however, has never publicly spoken against her parents or hinted at any discontent with how she was raised. This could explain why she appears closer to siblings like Jedediah and Jeremiah, who also continue to embrace the family's values, while she has less interaction with Jill or Duggar. Are they still close behind the scenes? While fans speculate that Joyanna has distanced herself from her siblings, it's important to consider that much of their communication may happen privately. Just because she doesn't post about her siblings frequently doesn't mean they aren't in touch. Many families experience natural shifts as children grow, marry, and start their own traditions, and the Duggar family is no exception. Additionally, Joyanna has always been known for her laid-back personality. Unlike Jessa, who frequently posts about family get-togethers, or Duggar, who engages in deep discussions about faith and personal growth, Joyanna seems more focused on the simple aspects of life, raising her kids, supporting her husband, and managing their home. She may not feel the need to document her relationships with her siblings as actively as some of them do. Will we see more family reunions? Despite the visible separation, there are still signs of family togetherness. Joyanna has attended several large Duggar family gatherings, such as Christmas and birthdays, proving that she is still part of the fold. She has also supported Jessa in major life moments, such as the birth of her children. It's also worth noting that the Duggars are no strangers to keeping parts of their lives private. With the family facing legal scandals, public scrutiny, and ongoing conflicts, it's possible that Joyanna and her siblings deliberately keep their interactions low-key to avoid fueling speculation. Conclusion. While Joyanna Duggar Forsyth may not appear as close to her siblings as she once was, the reality is likely more complex than what social media portrays. Life changes, personal beliefs, and family challenges have all contributed to the shifting dynamics within the Duggar clan. Whether or not Joyanna sees her siblings regularly, one thing is clear: she is focused on her own growing family and navigating life on her own terms.